Introverts, how did you get a girlfriend?
At a garage sale. It was actually my mom's garage sale. My dad was a hoarder, but not of old newspapers or glass bottles or trash. He hoarded consumer goods, like tools, music records, home improvement items, also camping gear, hunting and fishing equipment. The man had piles and piles of stuff crammed into his house, most of it very high quality and bought on clearance. My old man was a bargain hunter, even if he had no use for it. After he passed away, it was up to us to figure out what to do with a stockpile of leftover goods. That was big enough to open a store, so we sold it off for low prices in the front yard. As is tradition, it was a miserably hot summer day. My mom asked me to go and help because the house was on a busy street. And the sheer volume of stuff meant there would be tons of people, and she was right. There were 1 million people the day before. And although we had sold a lot of things, there were still many more to sell. It was a long day of speaking with strangers, which of course I don't like. But in the end, we had sold 90% of the stock. And we were getting ready to close and celebrate our success with pizza. Then this car pulls up, and this beautiful girl gets out. She starts rummaging through the records and finds some she loves. Then she signals to me and starts asking me questions. I'm a very shy person, and I spoke as little as possible with the other customers. But I did want to talk to her, and I think she thought that since she'd found some things she liked, the things she hadn't heard of might be along the same lines. I answered as best I can. I hadn't heard of most of them. I showed her around while helping other people who kept showing up. There was definitely an instant connection and a really great conversation. I didn't usually have long conversations with people I had just met, but she had to leave. So I gave her special treatment and helped her into the car. She got in and drove off, and then I realized I hadn't gotten her number. My brother and my neighbor laughed like never before at my stupidity, but I remembered she told me where she worked. It was at a restaurant at the end of the street, and she told me the days she usually worked. So I did something very unusual for me. I looked for her on Friday afternoons. I drove from my office, and I'd go to the restaurant to see her. She would sometimes stop and chat when it wasn't too busy, and then she'd go back to work, and I caught her looking at me a couple of times. Then, on my third visit, I told her I'd love to see her more. And I asked for her number. I'd never done anything like that before. I'm not a very romantic person. But with her, I didn't think twice. I sought her out without hesitation. I wanted to get to know her better. It's something you don't think about. You just feel you have to do it for that person. Now we've been together for 10 years. A marriage and a child. And we're still crazy about each other.
Watch the full video on my channel.